guys, welcome back to my channel Gap Card. So today we'll be discussing more about another features called Loft Features. The last previous class, I hope you enjoy it and I hope you will be following from the last previous classes. In the last ones, we discussed some few features like revolve balls, revolve base, the swept features like cut and base. Likewise, using of many sketches like lines, rectangles, circle, and so on and so forth. So today we'll be discussing another features called the loft features. So what is the loft command? What is the loft command? So we'll be using this sketch. We said a loft command creates a features by making transitions between profiles. He said transitions between profiles. And what is transitions? From a normal English definition, say transition means a process of change from one form, state, size to another what? Size of state. So how loft work is that it makes changes between profiles. That is change in size what? Between profiles. It can be bus, it can be lifted bus, it can be a looped base, it can be a looped cord, it can be a what? A looped surface. This is what I'm trying to say. It can be a lifted bus or base, it can be a lofted cord, it can be a loft surface, whichever way you want it. But what they all do is they make transitions between what? Profiles. This loft features is very important, that it is an important tool for modeling, especially in Solidworks. In anything that has to do with part model or a surface modeling, a loft features is essentially what used. And this is what differentiates it from other features we'll be talking about, that is extruded bus base, revolved bus base, the swept bus base that we have been discussing. Are you getting it? What makes it different is that it only uses two or more profiles, and later you might talk about guide curve. Are you getting it? That what make it differentiate. That what you can use to differentiate it from swept, from revolve and extrude. I think the difference between swept bus base and loft bus base is that swept uses what? A profile and a path, which we did in previous videos, but a loft only work with what? A profile. I don't know the definition of loft features and you haven't know what loft features the application is. So let us proceed by creating our own model of this material or this part called chisel. So you open a new page, a new workspace, then it's on part already, then click on OK. So after you've done that, so with the previous explanation I made earlier, that for you to work on the loft bus and base, what you only need is what? Planes, different types of planes. So there will be transitions, that is, there will be shade in each planes you create. So what you just do is click on your desired planes first, then you now make a reference from the initial plane you created. It's just like when you're doing your analysis, that you have your first title, second title, and your third title. So likewise this one too. So you click on, I wish to work on front plane, so I can make this my front plane as my initial first. So after you create your front plane, that's your plane one, you can now what? Edit it. You can click on OK, or you should just leave like that. I get it now. You can click on this and click on OK. So the next thing you do, just go to your reference geometry, though it is not there already, but just leave it like that. Go to your reference geometry. After you click on that small arrow, it will bring all this to you, that is plane, axis, coordinate system, and point. But from the definition and the explanation, we are only working with plane, so you click on plane. So it will bring out a command for you. It's still loading. So it's going to bring out this command for you, showing you that your first reference will be your first plane you want to work with and you want to replicate. I get it now. So I am working with my front plane. I will click on my front plane. Then it's going to bring out, okay, to what distance do you want it to be? Or do you have another reference that you want to replicate together with the front plane? So I can just rotate my front plane and look at how it's going to what duplicate my front plane. So I need it to go essence more than, maybe use more than 40 plane. You will notice that it's only one plane that is showing, and we want event planes. Even the initial plane is not showing. So you can just come here and redo it again. You can redo it like, you can redo it and going back to the reference geometry, that we don't want it like that. So you click on your front plane as usual. Then now, so you want it to be in 80 millimeter, which is already there. So from here, which is 1, so you want to make it like a replicant of 4. So you can also increase it 1, 2, 3. So you can also reduce it and see the plane that is there. So I think let's make 3 okay, plus the front plane making 4. Then click on OK. But you see that the initial plane which we are replicating is not there. So you go back to the front plane here and click on show. So to show you your planes, your different planes you want to work with. So you can also try to bring it closer to you so you're able to see it visibly well. And now one thing you should know is that once you are working with different planes, ensure you click on the planes here so you won't get confused, because once you make one plane normal to, everything will look parallel. For example, if I should click on this front plane here, this front plane, and I click on normal to, you see everything look the same thing. I get it now. So don't just get confused when you are trying to work on plane 2 and you are not sketching on front plane. So always, if you want to sketch on any plane, always click the plane here, just like this one, and click on what sketch. I get it now. So the first thing I'll first do, I'll go to my front plane and sketch first. Don't worry, showing you that this, since you click on this front plane here, then you are good to go. So I'll draw a circle from here and I'll dimension my work to be 80. Always dimension your work to be 80, then click on OK. In loft design, you always exist your sketch. You don't need to leave it like that. After you draw on one plane, you will exist it. Then you go to another plane and sketch on it. After you draw on that sketch, you also would exist it to exist the sketch. Now you notice that it's only on the plane I click on normal to that my circle is on. So always note that you can also do the same thing. Then draw your circle. But this time around, I'll make my circle bigger than that of the initial one. So I can make this one 90 and click on my exist sketch. So always rotate your view to know maybe you are the right path. So that means the sketch I drew now was on sketch on plane 2. So I can go back to plane 3 again, do the same thing. Click on my circle. Then I can dimension this one to be smaller than the 2 circles I've drawn. Done the stuff like this. Then I can click on exit sketch. So I'll rotate my view again to know maybe I'm at the right path. Always reduce it so I'm at the right path. So the next thing I'll do is to draw. You can see that from the drawing, you see there's a form of a rectangle or a square shape in this place, right? So that means what we'll be drawing now it's no longer going to be a circle, it's not going to be like a square or a rectangle. So you go back to your sketch. So your next plane now, what are you going to draw? You go to plane 4, which is showing the orange line, and click on sketch. Then you draw, you click on your centers, make sure it's center triangle, or sorry, rectangle. Then click on the origin. You can now make it the edge or the first plane draw, this one here. And this at any dimension. I get it now. Then click on OK. You can dimension it. You can dimension this one to be 80. And you can dimension this one to be 82. Likewise. Then you click on OK. Always exist your sketch. Because for loft or loft, base, and boss, you always was exist sketch. So the next thing you do is you will notice that click on your features, you know that everything is open there, turn it to a color, showing that you can perform all these features in these sketches you've done. But we are working with Loft today. I get it now. So click on the Loft boss. Now it's showing you here what profiles. In the previous tutorial, which is swept boss, it will show you what two bosses here, which is for the profile and the what and path. But this one shows you what only two bosses, which is the profiles and the guide curves. But today we'll be limiting ourselves to what profile. So profile means the sketch you've designed. I get it, and I've defined from the previous tutorial. So you click on the front, the sketch you draw from the front plane. Click on the sketch you draw on the plane 2. You see how it's showing you the path and how it's going to be forming. You click on the third one, and you click on the last one. So are you now seeing it now? Is it giving us what we want? So you can try to play around with everything and just turn it and see what it's going to give you. You can see, you can click on OK if it's what you want to get. You can click on what OK. So you've gotten some of the shape. I get it now. Why is it that long? It's because of the distance between them are very long. So you can reduce it. You can reduce your plane. You can reduce it to the any dimension you want. You can reduce it to 60 and click on OK. You can also come here too and reduce it using all um the planes back to 60, which is this. It was 80. So I reduced everything back to what 60 to get a perfect shape, not the longer one we are getting before. So after you've gotten it, and from our diagram, we see we've gotten from here to this place here, right? So we want to get from here to here. It's very simple, very, very simple. So the next thing you do is that always hide all this plane. Always hide this plane so it won't get you confused. You can just come here, hide plane 2, hide plane 3, hide plane 4. You are not deleting it, and if you want to use it for reference purposes, you can also use it likewise. Like now, if I want to use plane 4 as my reference purpose, I can just leave it there and hide my front plane. So the next thing is also create another plane. Go to your reference geometry, and I'll click on my front plane so to make it more easier. So I can just extend it to my desired length and click on, assuming let me say I'm working with 200. So I can click on OK. So click on the plane 5 and click on sketch. Always work with what a center rectangle. So I can just draw my rectangle and dimension this one to be 160, and let this one be 5. So you can just rotate it. Let's click on this sketch. You can just rotate it and see what you've drawn. So if you like it, you can come back to the loft boss and try to lift it. It will do. Are you seeing it now? So you can, this is the part showing you that this eye is going to be twisted. That is, it is parallel. So you can just change it any how you want it. I get it. You can play around with this direction here. Play around with it. Put it up here. It's changed. You can notice it. You can put it at the other edge. It's not showing that it's not possible. You can put it at this other edge to show you that maybe you want it to be twisted. But in our chisel it's not twisted. So you can just come back and put it to display, make it parallel. Make it parallel. And click on what? Okay. This is what we want. Wow. So our chisel is being formed. So you can just kindly hide the planes so you can easily see it. You can easily see it. So wow, our chisel is formed. You can beautify your chisel by clicking on this color here. You can beautify it. It will take a while. So you can just beautify your chisel by clicking on any color in this place, and you carry it and just, for example, you can just click on brass. You can beautify it as you want. So you can just beautify your, and it does turn to this type of shape. So I hope you've able to know how to use what a loft features, both the boss and some other features like cut, because it's also the same process you just take, which make it different from what the other features you have been using before from the other videos, like swept bus base, like revolve bus base, and others like that. So I hope you enjoy the video. So please don't forget to like and subscribe, and also comment at the end of this video. Thank you very much.